speeding up, kinda like the rush, counting hours pass, bottom of the glass, kinda like the way I don't wanna leave. I like the danger, I'm sick of just playing it safe. And I like your placement, I never felt this kind of way. I don't know when I fell, but I can feel myself melt when you look at me. In the thick of it now, and you do it so well. Can you look at me? And I take it in steps, in case we make a mess that I don't wanna see. In the thick of it now, and you do it so well. Can you look at me? I'm so unprepared, fighting the terrain with nothing to my name. Need to match your pace, watch you move away, leave me in a place I don't wanna be. I like the danger, I'm sick of just playing it safe. And I like your placement, I never felt this kind of way. I don't know when I fell, but I can feel myself melt when you look at me. In the thick of it now, and you do it so well. Can you look at me? And I take it in steps, in case we make a mess that I don't wanna see. In the thick of it now, and you do it so well. Can you look at me? I never know what to believe, bet everything, want you to lose it on me. Something about you, something I need, so bad. Linger like a cigarette, picturesque. Want you to want this, want this. I don't know when I fell, but I can feel myself melt when you look at me. In the thick of it now, and you do it so well. Can you look at me? And I take it in steps, in case we make a mess that I don't wanna see. In the thick of it now, and you do it so well. Can you look at me?
Oh man, baby, baby, can you feel it now? It's a big wow, tell me it's a big wow. I put it down just to feel you out, I feel you now. In a big town, baby, it's a big town. I check the time, running late in the dressing gown. No time to sit down, no, I can sit down. It's getting hot, you and I, there's a fire now. We can put it out, no, I won't put it out. So I said, let's sit down, in and out, run around, make a sound. And that's what I'm about. Get down, sing and shout, clown around, make it loud. And that's what you're about. Sit down, in and out, run around, make a sound. And that's what I'm about. Get down, sing and shout, clown around, make it loud. And that's what you're about.
Feelings can be futile, but I'm burning blue. Everything is loud at night, I can't sleep over you. The architects of you, lights in the room, dancing flames in the fire, ashes in the morning. I just wanna wear your sweater, I just wanna look you in the eyes. My hands are tied, my lips are tied, your eyes are bright, put up a fight. 'Cause even if I do, my hands are tied to you. Even if I do, my hands are tied to you. Blowing thoughts into the morning, make their way to you. I wanna see your breath outside and feel the longitude. You didn't have to be the last to leave, but you were anything like it. I just wanna wear your sweater, I just wanna look you in the eyes. My hands are tied, my lips are tied, your eyes are bright, put up a fight. 'Cause even if I do, my hands are tied to you. Even if I do, my hands are tied to you. I'm rolling with the waves, I hope the tide is coming. I know you like the feeling, don't fight it while it's running. The forecast's looking great, but I don't trust what's over us. My hands are tied, my lips are tied, your eyes are bright, put up a fight. 'Cause even if I do, my hands are tied to you. Even if I do, my hands are tied to you. My hands are tied, my lips are tied, your eyes are bright, put up a fight. 'Cause even if I do, my hands are tied to you. Even if I do, my hands are tied to you. We'll be citizens, you said, falling to ribbons of reeds in the sand. Let the waves wash clear my mind, surrender my burdens to ocean's tides. We'll be citizens, you said, weaving our bodies into beds of sand. Open my hands to a weight of gold, too much to hold, too much to hold. Mold our frames in the rock face, leave our mark so we can stay till tides wear us out and we lose shape. I saw the sun, his eyes gleam bright, too much to take in from beauty in his sight. My day's just the same, waves lie brown, trying to free my mind. Falling for the light, molding to this cliffside. Falling to the sea,
everything a joke, or are you working on your self-image today? Did you make it? Has everything you've seen from all your friends made it harder to pretend that it's okay? And I know you wanna take her on a date, only somewhere where they can't hear her name. The boys are back and they haven't got a clue, have they really been away? The boys are back again. Is your head hair? Have you ever even said her name in the same sentence as I love you, babe? Did you mean it? But why not tell her when you can, instead of acting like a prick when all you wanna say is all the way? And buckets with the boys never felt this good, and funnels with the boys never felt this good. The boys are back and they haven't got a clue, have they really been away? The boys are back again. The boys are back and they haven't got a clue, have they really been away? The boys are back again. Maybe in the summer you'll start feeling more sane, but for now you can't pretend like you haven't got a break. Maybe in the summer you'll start feeling more sane, but for now you can't pretend like you haven't got a break. Yeah, the boys are back again. Yeah, the boys are back. The boys are back again. The boys are back and they haven't got a clue, have they really been away? The boys are back again. The boys are back and they haven't got a clue, have they really been away? The boys are back again.
Oh, started with pretending like we were in the movies. At least that's what I thought. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me pretty lies in my ear. Tell me if it's real. And love like the movies do. Love like the movies do. Oh, I can see you looking a little longer than you did before. But baby, I can feel the tension. Why don't we end it right now? Find a hotel. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me pretty lies in my ear. Tell me if it's real. And love, let the movies do. Love, let the movies do. It's a and I don't wanna go home. I don't wanna go home. It's home is where I'm alone. Why can't we just hold on? Please don't let me go. Let the movies do. Encasing myself in your arms. Your tight embrace stings my sunburned skin. Warm bodies, cool night. You got me secluded in your isolation. You take me, but you won't tell me why. You separate me from the rest for your private interests. Oh, I am here, it's not that hard. Just say what you want, just say what you want before someone else does again. I am here just for you. I am waiting for you. But what can I do if someone else comes along, knowing what they want? Just a thing silk had in your hold. You pull me in. Can I trust that it's real? Drunken infatuation can only reflect true emotion. So, is this how you really feel? You take me, but you won't tell me why. You separate me from the rest for your private interests. Oh, I am here, it's not that hard. Just say what you want, just say what you want before someone else does again. I am here just for you. I am waiting for you. But what can I do if someone else comes along, knowing what they you and you alone, no one can know.
they tell me. But you spent the whole summer underwater, that's why you couldn't hear me crying. You haven't looked, and you spent the whole summer with your head so full of flowers. It's so full of flowers. It's so full. You spent the whole summer underwater, that's why you couldn't hear me crying. You haven't looked, and you spent the whole summer with your head so full of flowers. It's so full of flowers. It's so full. It's so
Push me down the sheet, now what's left stopping to pretend. I hope you noticed something has changed, 'cause I'm waiting for better. Your face is not what it say. I see me, I see me, I see me. You're a salty dog and I'm a sweet cat. You're a salty dog and I'm so glad. You are a salty dog. Your face is not what it say. I see me, I see me, I see me. You're a salty dog and I'm a sweet cat. You're a salty dog and I'm so glad. Your face is not what it say. I see me, I see me, I see me. You're a salty dog and I'm a sweet cat. You're a salty dog and I'm so glad. You are a salty dog. Gave it space and it felt like hell. In the glass I can see myself. If I look longer than a few seconds, I think I see the things that you mentioned, whether or not right or wrong. Paint yourself as a hero and I'm holding my breath underwater screaming. I wonder if you've had the same dream. Fever dreams, I'm alone again, so forgive me if I seem tentative. It's because everything you say sounds nice. Don't know if I could believe in it twice. Taunt me with a paradise. Gather your arms, leave me at the end of mine. And where are you tonight? Where are you tonight? Are you out on the East Coast? Are we both? Where are you tonight? Are you there on your own? No, I really don't. Where are you tonight? Tell me, are you where you thought? Is your emptiness like mine? Or can you ride the waves of your progress? Leave us behind in your wake. I confess I sleep just fine. I prefer the early nights, the night when you hold me. Are you controlling all of my fever dreams? I'm alone again, so forgive me if I seem tentative.
Hello, believe it or not, quiz people. Welcome to another week of the Believe It or Not live quiz, leading you in there with Levine, Fever Dreams, his song there. Great track from a great friend of mine. And to welcome us back to another week of online quizzing, let's say hello to our regular quizzes. Andre, Jono, how you guys doing?
Yeah, good, man. Nice to be back. Good to have a few people in here. No one's in the chat. No one said anything, but we have 190 people, so that's decent.
Yeah, say hi if you're in the chat. We've got a few people saying hello by now. Everyone seems a bit sleepy this week, I think.
A little bit. I think, yeah, Maximus is going to call us out probably. I'm a little sleepy, but that's fine.
Yeah, Maximus will tell us to, say go away. We got a couple of hellos, and heys. People throwing in likes. Dre, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, good. Very similar. Sleepy day today. I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel that, but I think we've got a good quiz lined up. We got TV and cinema, 50-50, potluck, and science and nature.
I don't know about that science business. Otherwise, that's all right.
Well, it sneaks itself in there sometimes.
Problem with science and nature, the teams at my quiz have worked out I can't write science and nature, so they just joker it every week.
And they expect it to come out really easy.
It is easy every week. So I don't know about this science nature because I haven't seen this one, but
What?
the ones that I've written are very easy.
I find science and nature tends to be like, it's either like current events that are like, oh, what planet has just been discovered to have signs of water, or it's like high school level science.
That's the issue. It's like, to get that middle ground's tough.
Yeah.
The question's either way too hard or current, as you say, or the simplest thing in the world. So
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, this is our 25th episode. We've been doing this for 25 weeks in a row now. That's pretty crazy. The chat, if you're one of our regulars, you should know the drill by now. If you don't, 4-round quiz. It's a bit more of an inside behind baseball kind of thing, we like to call it, than a regular quiz. We sort of talk about things a bit more and why we write things, and we joke about, movies and stuff that we like to joke about, and we have a bit of fun with it. But if you do want to compete along at home, track your scores, we mark them at the end of the round. Andre and Jono are going to be competing against each other. Please don't post your answers in the chat. Some people don't like to get spoilers. They want to, go along with it as we do and find out how they did as we go through the answers. Also, don't be posting anything, mean or racist or anything like that in the chat, because you'll get a ban and we'll kick you out. It's a family-friendly place here that we work really hard to curate. Anything else, Jono? Any shout-outs before we crack on?
Just ready to get into it. I suppose a shout-out to the LA Clippers for what they somehow pulled off yesterday, but beyond that, no.
All right, shout-out to the...
Oh, and James Rodriguez, always. I'm going to shout him out every week.
All right, shout-out James. I hope you're listening, bud. All right, round 1, TV and cinema. Let's crack into it. Question 1. What recent Hulu series is based on a 2018 novel of the same name by Irish author Sally Rooney?
Let's get some Hulu in here.
Yeah, we've been accused of shilling for Netflix before, but we treat all streaming services the same. Which is what? Just if your product's good, we'll shout it out.
I don't know the answer to this one.
Dre, do you know?
I don't think so.
It just doesn't seem familiar. I don't recognize those two actors. No idea.
Well, you got some time to think about it. And in the meantime, I'll move along. Fair Go, first launched on our tallies in what decade?
All right, this one's okay.
Michael Rouse asks, how are we supposed to know what is on Hulu? I think it's just a Hulu original series. So I think it's probably on Neon, I imagine, in New Zealand. Shout out Neon.
Yeah.
Shout out Neon. I think it'll be on Neon, but Hulu created it. Similar to if we said like a Netflix original series, it's a Hulu original series.
Or akin to saying an HBO original series, which is going to be on,
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Imogen Staines, actually. I'll give her a shout out.
Elena Baum says it's on TVNZ On Demand.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's good. So that's the one that we haven't shouted out. So we're going to shout out TVNZ On Demand now. Finally,
right.
a question either of the note. We have no idea. I don't know that show at all, that Hulu show.
Okay, well, question number 3. Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey provide voices to what upcoming Pixar film set for release in November?
Almost got like a Pixar streak going as far as every week there's a Pixar question, which is fair.
I
more
mean,
than fair.
they make pretty good movies.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
They're not bad. We got a good Pixar list coming up soon that I was reading about today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. A lot of people in the chat are stoked that they know an answer that you guys are struggling with.
It's good.
All right, moving on. Question number 4. This is the cast of what film? A remake of a 1960 classic, rather.
Yeah, it is a 1960 film. Great film, the original. I never saw the remake.
Yeah.
Some decent actors there, but you got Ethan Hawke in the corner, Denzel obviously, but
Ethan Hawke in the corner.
in the corner, yeah. The original's a great film, like a tremendous all-time cast in it.
And this one has Chris Pratt by the looks of it. Is that Chris Pratt?
That's Chris Pratt, yeah.
Yeah. And Ethan Hawke in the corner.
Yep.
And Hawkeye in the other corner. It's a marvelous film. A Marvel film, rather. Because it's got Hawkeye. All right, moving on. Question number 5. Who is the only person to have won 3 Best Actor Oscars?
Tempted to pull the Sean Wallace and give you the 3 movies as well.
I sure hope you don't.
But Drake could do the same thing. So,
it's not too hard.
No, I don't think so either.
It's not like, you have to delve back into the 1950s or anything for it. They're all pretty recent.
Ish, yeah.
Hey, Dre, some clues jumping through in the chat there. What did we think about those? Are they on the line?
Kind of funny. So I left it, but
They're kind of sweet more than anything.
They're on the line. Indie Rich, that's on the line. You're pushing your luck.
consider yourself warned, Wolfie.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Maximus is asking for them to get banned, which I don't care for.
Yeah, don't be a snitch, Max.
That's vintage Maximus just knocking on everyone.
Maximus wants that 300 seconds. Damn. All right. Question number 6. This morph of 2 people has what name in common? Oh, man. Oh, we can't play that.
Yeah. No, you definitely can't play that one. But this, is a very interesting one because it's so inside this. Yeah. This is a very interesting morph.
It's so terrifying.
It is scary as well.
Gosh, it's a scary morph.
Yep.
It's one of the scariest. I always find they get scary when the faces are on a different angle, so they kind of get stretched out and elongated.
When they become big like that, it's just not a human being at that point.
This is a really hard version of this because it's not.
Agreed.
It's not their names.
No.
Well, I guess one of their names maybe, but
I think it is one of them. I'm not. Yeah, it's not a struggle, but you have to know. You definitely have to know.
I think the music clue that we briefly had there for half a second is quite a big one.
It is. But people will know the first name. I don't know if anyone knows the last name of that character. That's a weird one.
So you just got to know the right.
Yeah, I'll play the brief 1 second of that clip again. What? Oh, Jono's going to sing it. All right, question number 7. This is the cast of what 1997 film? And you best believe there was a clip here that I would have loved to have played.
Trisha Yarwood. Yeah, it's a great film. You seen it? You've seen it, right?
No, I've never actually seen it. But I have a fun fact for you. The Worst Idea of All Time podcast.
Yeah.
Which you know that I'm a relatively big fan of. Jono used to do some stand up with Tim Batt and Guy Montgomery.
Yeah, I was on the same bill as them. Yeah. Nice guys and decent show from what I've heard as well.
Yeah. So when they originally pitched Worst Idea of All Time, which was to watch the same movie once a week for a year, the 2 films that they were choosing between was Con Air and
and
there you go, guys. Freebie for you.
No, that's okay.
Was
and what else?
This film and The Room.
Yeah.
But they decided that this film was too good and The Room was too bad.
When you were saying that, I was like, is he going to say the name?
I legit just dropped the name straight in there, so I'll move along.
Fine.
But
that's okay.
There you go. There's a freebie for you guys. With releases in 2010, 2013, 2015, and 2017, what is now the highest grossing animated film franchise in box office history?
I've never seen a single one of these films.
I have.
Yeah, I think Dre has too, but I haven't seen any of them.
I saw the 2010 film, and it was fine.
Yeah, I heard it was actually pretty good, the first one, but yeah, never saw it.
Yeah, it was just a movie, well,
there's a lot of films from that era, that kind of animated film that I just sort of missed. I was just a little too old and it wasn't Pixar.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Question number 9. Who portrayed Saruman in the Lord of the Rings films? Just a nice little. A lot of these questions that really wanted to be clipped and obviously can't be. I would have, really enjoyed watching all of these clips. What a shame.
I could do without Lord of the Rings.
Are you not a big Lord of the Rings guy?
Not really.
But it was filmed in New Zealand.
I know. I saw the third one at midnight when it came out. Just would not end. Saw that with Anthony.
Just would not end.
I just would not end.
Yeah, they are very long. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, they're nice.
Should have been longer.
Yeah, well, you've got the extended cuts for that, Dre.
Not long enough.
All right, moving on. Question number 10. The Flying Scotsman is a 2006 film about the career of Scotsman Graham Aubrey. It is centered around which sport? Cycling, motor racing, or yachting? People will be mad about this because I think it's just us slamming a sports question into a not sport round.
A little bit, yeah.
They don't like it when we do that.
Was this even like a famous movie?
I don't know. I think
Why does this movie deserve a question? That's really weird.
I recognize the actor, but yeah, that's Johnny Lee Miller. But beyond that,
the question is more like, what sport did Graham Aubrey play?
Pretty much. Yeah, what was the important?
All right, and the first clue for the ponderous puzzle is: I am a number on a list of all-time All Black point scorers in tests. Don Clark would fill this position. Both Tane Randall and Sean Fitzpatrick scored this many test tries. The chief Norse god Odin had this many sons. The poem Paradise Lost is divided into this many books. There are this many stars on the flag of the European Union, and the USA is divided into this many Federal Reserve districts. I also named this character from the Street Fighter video game series.
Quite a few clues there.
Yeah, a lot of clues that
It's pretty loaded.
Really still are quite hard, I feel.
I do agree with that, but yeah, there's maybe one or two things you might know in there.
Yeah. Anyway, flick me your answers, boys, and I will give you some marks, and then we'll go through the answers once you've done it. In the meantime, you guys, Everton had a nice little win this morning.
Yeah, against Salford, that was fine, but it was the Spurs game that everyone was quite impressed with on Monday morning. Just, again, because of James Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was a great game, actually. I enjoyed watching that.
Well, it's nice to play against Spurs before Gareth Bale, I think. From here, it might be a little scary.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people arguing he's very washed up, but, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
As long as there are golf courses nearby, he'll be all right. I think he's still got a little bit left.
All right. Well, I got your answers, so we'll go through them. Round 1, TV and cinema. Here we go. What recent Hulu series is based on a 2018 novel of the same name by Irish author Sally Rooney? Neither of you guys got this one.
No.
Normal People.
I've heard of that, but so barely. It's one of those you sort of read it, you skim over it.
It was quite a big book, like
I can believe it.
Quite a big book, and also quite a popular series.
Yeah, no, I can believe it. Yeah, I said Ordinary World, so that's sort of a generic title, but
yeah, Jay said
wasn't going to be Ordinary World.
Little Fires Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's the Reese Witherspoon one, I think. I think that's a Hulu show.
It could be. I'm not familiar with it, but I am familiar with Normal People.
Good.
I haven't seen it, but I'm aware of it. Maya's seen it. She liked it, but she liked the book more, I think.
I prefer Step Dave, but that's just me.
Step Dave is a great piece of classic New Zealand television.
Airing on Neon.
No one is doubting that. If anyone wants to watch some great New Zealand television, you can watch Step Dave on Neon. Anyway, question number 2, fair go. First launched on our tallies in the 1970s. 1977 in particular.
Yeah, I just remember it being a big deal when it hit 40. I think we even had a question at the time in 2017.
I could see that. The 40th birthday of Fargo.
And Kevin Milne was just on it for so long. as well.
long.
Yeah.
Man, he was classic.
Oh, the best.
He loved getting people a Fargo, didn't he?
No one loved a Fargo more.
No one loved a Fargo more than him.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey provide voices to the upcoming Pixar film Soul.
I hope that's good.
I hope so too.
It's sort of harder to guarantee with Pixar these days, but
Yeah, it's got some names in it, like Questlove's in it as well. He plays like a member of the band.
that seems kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a very like in the same vein as Inside Out. What was that movie called?
Inside Out, yep.
Yeah, Inside Out, which was pretty good. I liked Inside Out.
I loved Inside Out.
Yeah. Question number 4. This is the cast of The Magnificent Seven.
The original's great. You got McQueen, Brunner, Bronson, really good.
Yeah, that's a good cast.
Mm.
Well, in this one, you've got Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and Ethan Hawke. And it's from the director of Training Day and The Equalizer, so...
Yeah, some good stuff there.
Could have left it at Training Day.
Pretty much.
Probably should have, but that's fine.
Yeah, I think he should have too.
All right, question number 5. The only person to have won 3 Best Actor Oscars is, of course, Daniel Day-Lewis. Who else would it be?
Yeah, even if you say Best Actor or Best Actress, he's the only one. Because there's a bunch of actresses. Catherine Hepburn won 4 Best Actress. So beyond that, yeah, Day-Lewis is second.
Well, give us the films, Jono. Go ahead.
Day-Lewis, My Left Foot, you got There'll Be Blood and Lincoln.
That's the one.
And he could have won for many more, like Phantom Thread. I thought he was brilliant. In the Name of the Father, etc., etc.
Yeah, who won the year Phantom Thread?
Oh, I have to think about that because that was, God. We'll come back. I'll have a think.
All right. Question number 6. This morph has what name in common? Dawson, which is Charlotte and Jack Dawson, Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Titanic.
Yeah, I'd say some people may have just recognized Charlotte Dawson and been cool with that, but it would have been so tempting to want to put Leo or DiCaprio or whatever.
Yeah.
Just Jack, yeah.
Or just Jack. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, terrifying stuff. Moving on. This is the cast of Con Air. Obviously, I literally said the name of the film, so
you did, but that doesn't mean everyone's going to get it.
That's true, but man, that's such a... Is Con Air... Yeah, 90s. It's like such a 90s film.
Well, it's that and Face Off were the same year, like pretty much the same time. Both great Nick Cage films.
Face Off is a great film. All right, question number 8. With releases in 2010, blah, 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 it's Despicable Me. With such great jokes as What's Faux Lunch? As you can see.
No wonder it made all that money.
No wonder it made all the money. Sue Shimmon's here. Hi, Sue. Welcome to the quiz. Bit late, but I'm sure you can catch up. Telling her off there, apparently. Just who portrayed Saruman in the Lord of the Rings films? It is, of course, Christopher Lee. Sir Christopher Lee, isn't it?
Yeah, Sir Christopher Lee. R.I.P.
Rip Sir Christopher Lee. He had a metal album that he made like way late in his life. It's really good.
Cool dude. He was just someone who just passed of old age. He was just old when he passed. Just in his 90s. Really
good friends with Ian Fleming as well. Is the classic bit of trivia about him. They were did I don't know, secret missions together and stuff in the war. It's gnarly. And lastly, The Flying Scotsman is a 2006 film about the career of Graham O'Brien, who is a cyclist. The Flying Scotsman.
So it's great we can show for that movie.
Yeah. Man, it sure needs it.
Yeah.
I love really cheesy sports movie taglines like hope made him a dreamer, heart made him a hero. Wow.
The unlikely champion that inspired a nation.
What does the review quote say? It's really zoomed down on me. Oh, thrilling. I thought it said chilling. I was like, what? Chilling? Was this a horror movie or something?
I might have seen it if it had been chilling.
Just thrilling. It's got Brian Cox in it, who I love from Succession.
You ever see Rushmore?
I haven't seen Rushmore. I need to see
Brian Cox is great in that film.
it. Okay. Yeah, I should see it. What's your favorite really cheesy sports movie?
The cheesy one. I mean, like
I mean,
D2 the Mighty Ducks, like very clearly. What are
Yeah.
we doing here?
If we're talking like purely like not kid, like just sort of adult cheesy sports movie, I love Miracle. It's so good.
Oh, Miracle's great. I would say Miracle isn't even cheesy, just because Kurt Russell's so great.
Yeah.
I adore that film. And the story is brilliant.
Yeah.
I like Rocky 4, if Rocky 3 or 4.
Mm.
Those are kind of cheesy, obviously. Yeah. Tin Cup, Maximus. Okay, I couldn't agree more with Maximus. Tin Cup is brilliant. Tin Cup is the
that's
best.
a very good call. Yeah, both Evan Yates and Maximus, good calls.
Yeah.
Rudy, even another good call by Evan Yates.
Rudy's great. I really enjoy Rudy. I haven't seen Tin Cup. I'm
Highly recommend it.
I'm gonna throw a hat into the ring for the Legend of Bag of Vance.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It's Trey's favorite.
Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings is very good as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, round number 2. We're into it. Oh, I'll do scores first, actually. You both just got the one wrong, and you both got the Ponderous Puzzle, so we're all tied up on 1919.
The EU for me.
That's what did it. Dre, what gave it for you?
Multiple things. EU, Odin's Sons, the Street Fighter character.
Okay.
I didn't know the Street Fighter character. Is that like more of an obscure?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. All right. Round 2, 50-50s, which of course means that you'll get presented 2 answers and one of them is correct.
So in this round, you're allowed to read the answer.
Yeah, I will do.
You're allowed to read it early.
Yeah, but you won't know which one it is. Ooh. Ooh. All right, round 2, question 1. Who took over as the Prime Minister of Japan this week after Shinzo Abe stepped down? Yoshihide Suga or Kishida Fumio? Throwing in some current events hardballs at you.
Embarrassingly, I don't know. So this is just straight up a nice 50-50. Just flipping a coin.
Yeah.
I see my brother will know. He loves Japan. He's been a few times, but no, I have no idea. I did know he was standing down.
Well, you got to know who's taken over.
I know, that's the real question.
Yeah. Question number 2. Do more of the 105 allowable 2-letter words in the official Scrabble Players Dictionary feature the letter R or T? Which is after 5,000 new words were added recently.
This is a good Scrabble question. It's quite often Scrabble questions are boring, but this one's not bad. Kind of like this one.
Yeah. I don't know, I like 50-50 generally as a round. It always kind of astonishes me just how hard we can make 50-50 questions sometimes.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, the answer is right there. But
I've got a pronunciation mistake apparently.
Yeah, you did, but I didn't want to point
Abe,
it out.
not Shinzo.
It's Abe.
Abe.
The thing was that you had so many names to come after that I was just like, let's just roll through it.
I was,
and you killed the other pronunciations. It was just Shinzo Abe.
Shinzo Abe. Anyway.
Yeah, that's all right.
I apologize to the 3 people in chat who have already let me know.
Apologize to those people and the Abe family.
And to the Abe legacy. Question number 3. Is Mululaba Beach... I got to mute this. I know I got to mute this.
That was your worst pronunciation.
Sorry. How do you do this one?
Malulaba.
Malulaba. Is Malulaba Beach on the Gold Coast or the Sunshine Coast?
I mean, Abe is worse than Mululaba. Like, that's pretty close, I gotta say. Just dragged out the A.
I guess the problem is I've been there. Yeah, so I just know it very well.
Classic BION video, by the way. I swear this is in 40,000 different quizzes we've done.
All right. Mululaba Beach. Where is it? Question number 4. Is the tuba the highest or lowest pitched brass instrument? Man,
shame we can't hear a nice little tuba here.
I feel like it would give it all away, though, wouldn't it?
It almost certainly would. But, I don't think it's too hard a question either. So
yeah. No. All right. Question number 5. What day of the week was January 1st in 2020? Wednesday or Friday? If you can cast your mind back.
Far. Start of this awful year.
Hey man,
I'm trying to think of when the NFL was on. I think I've got it.
basing it on that. Don't open your computer's little calendar either. I'll know.
No.
I'll know if you did.
I know you will. You got cameras everywhere. Elena Baum says Moneyball. The problem, Moneyball to me is almost just like it's a great film. Like I wouldn't even say it's cheesy. It's a good film. Good sports movie.
Yeah, I liked Moneyball. It was a bit long, but it was a good film.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 6: Is Dhaka the capital city of Bangladesh or Senegal?
$50 calls in here, eh?
Sorry.
It's a lot of 50-50 calls in here. Like it's a pure 50-50 round.
It's we make them tough, the 50-50s.
Mm.
I quite like them for that.
John Lee didn't mind this one.
John Lee says it lasts an easy one. All right.
January 1st is kind of easy. You just have to like sit down and work it out, which is the annoying part of it.
Yeah, just count backwards from
just gotta
now
go
until
back.
then.
Pretty
It
much.
should only take you 20 minutes. Question number 7. Does a cougar or an ocelot lose this battle?
Hungry or not, if there's a bad time to try to sneak up on a bear, it's when he's eating. The bear's eyesight may not be much good, but his sense of smell and hearing are perfect.
Good battle though, really.
What a great little clip.
I enjoyed the clip. I loved the narrator. He was great.
Yeah, it made me think
Wonderful
of,
American voice.
It felt like watching, I don't know, like Walker Texas Ranger or something like that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Or like the narrator, the rooster and Robin Hood or something.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Question number 8. Which is wider, fettuccine or linguine? I feel like Brendan almost definitely took this photo.
I would say. I was even thinking, I was like, am I in that picture?
Yeah, or maybe Matt.
Yeah, there's definitely someone involved with the quiz knows in that picture. That's for sure.
Definitely, yeah. Somebody was out for Italian food one time and was like, I've got that fettuccine or linguine question this week. I might just
Toss it in.
take a little photo real quick. All right, question number 9. Does this famous lighthouse lie on the same line of longitude as Christchurch or Wellington?
Bit of foreshadowing this question. Interesting.
How's that?
Oh, for maybe for next week. Who knows?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. And lastly, is a lymphocyte a type of red or white blood cell? All right. 50-50. That's a nice round. I thought that was
I thought
a
it
pretty
was
good
it was a
round.
fun round. Yeah. As you say, like it wasn't the easiest round ever, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah, and I learned how to pronounce the name of Shinzo Abe, so there we go.
Shinzo Abe, Malula Bar.
Yeah. We're learning things, guys, and that's what quizzing's all about. And not yelling at quizmasters when they get
couldn't agree
things slightly wrong.
Yep.
All right, and for those of you still looking for the ponderous puzzle, here's the next clue. In curling, the house is this many feet in diameter. A dodecahedron has this many faces. I am the highest number on the Beaufort scale. There were this many cities in the Etruscan League. In Canadian football, each team has this many players. I am the number of the highway from which these photos were Taken.
Always love state highway stuff in the quiz.
Yeah, gotta love a good state highway question.
A dodecahedron could be one that helps some people. People tend to know how many faces those sort of things have. So.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of one of those things you learn for quizzing is like all your drons and your gons.
Drons and gons. Yeah.
Drons and gons. All right, I'll get some answers from you guys. In fact, Dre's already sent through his answers.
So have I.
Oh, Jono has as well. Well, I'll mark them up real quick. And then, yeah, you can just talk amongst yourselves. Dre, any news? What's new, man?
I don't know about that round, actually.
You didn't like it?
I did like it, but it was sort of tricky.
It was tricky.
The capital city one is like messing with me.
Why?
Oh yeah, I know why. Yeah.
I think I remembered I don't actually. I think I remembered the trick in the question, but like after I sent it, so I'm not sure if I put down the right answer or not. But there is a trick to that question.
Should we go through them and see?
One thing, if the commenter polar bear is in character, that's one of the great comments of all time. That's like remarkably good, but only if polar bear is in character. That's very good.
Because it's like a winter sport, is it?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty elaborate.
That's an elaborate joke, but I do like it.
I don't think we have improv characters hanging out in our comment section, Jono, but I'd love to be proven wrong.
Oh, okay, Curler. Wow, that's still pretty good.
All right. Who took over as the Prime Minister of Japan this week after Shinzo Abe stepped down? It was Yoshihide Suga. And there's a photo of him. Cool.
Good man.
Do more of the 105 allowable two-letter words in the official Scrabble Players Dictionary. Feature It's a T. 8 of them versus 4 with an R. Oh, I can't play that. I've forgotten it already. It's on the Sunshine Coast.
The thing is, like, if I hadn't gone there a bunch when I used to go to Brisbane as a kid, I wouldn't know how to pronounce it either. But
and then I think by your clues there, you gave it away to Dre anyway.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. I mean, like Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, they're both right there.
But Gold Coast, we decided was its own city, so. Well, I guess you probably could have been to the Gold Coast as well.
Yeah, we used to go to beaches in both.
So you gave it away, but not actually. Like you gave like, oh, he must mean Brisbane.
All right. Question number 4. The tuba is, of course, the lowest pitched instrument.
Look at that man holding that tuba. Oh my god.
Man.
The size of that boy.
Crazy that the tuba still looks gigantic as well. That must be a bigger tuba.
That says a lot, yeah.
Because, like, he's a very large man, but that's a very large tuba. I don't know. I don't know. This one's beyond me.
Fascinating photo. What's he doing out there? What's he posing for? Is he part of an orchestra? Is he just alone with his tuba? What's going on?
He kind of looks like if Guy Fieri shaved his head.
Big true, actually.
He's clearly in Flavor Town there. All right, question number 5. What day of the week was January 1st? It was a Wednesday. Here you go. There's all the New Year's days dating back to 2016.
Don't say that we don't teach people things. It's a nice little picture.
Yeah. I really enjoy an answer slide picture where it's just the information. It's like not like here's some funny photo or like here's something. It's like here's a chart that clearly labels exactly what day of the week it is.
Nobody can argue with it.
Yeah. It's very nice. All right, question number 6. Is Dakar the capital city of Bangladesh or Senegal? It is Senegal. Dakar is the capital of Bangladesh. It's a tricky spelling, boy.
It's an interesting one, eh? Yeah, I think that's a pretty good question.
It's
so
pretty good.
I wouldn't call that question easy because it's a spelling you got to know.
Yeah, it's tricky one. Anyway, question number 7. Does a cougar or an ocelot lose this battle? It's a cougar.
So that video was longer than you played, I'm going to guess, because I didn't see the cougar losing. It just sort of ran away.
Off. I mean,
Hey, like the cougar retreated.
yeah, that's a loss.
I didn't pull it.
Yes,
yeah, that's a
Okay,
loss.
it was a great clip. I was just kind of like, well,
Yeah.
the cougar didn't get hurt.
If
which is good.
in any battle, if you have to retreat, that's a loss. You lost.
I guess.
I'm gonna state that right now.
I thought the cougar was a live underdog, really, but it's just me.
John Lee saying he regrouped. That's a loss, man.
Nah, he was a live underdog.
He was taking a big L there.
He's so much smaller than the bear. I have no idea what he was thinking. And at no point did he sneak up on the bear. He was like yelling at him the whole time.
He was quick, though. He was so much quicker than the bear.
He wasn't. Not really.
He got away.
Bears are fast, man.
I know, but the cougar was quick.
My favorite thing about that whole clip is every time the cougar growled, they use the exact same cougar noise.
That's
it's
right.
It's
like stock movie sound effect.
Yeah, stock movie cougar
There's
noise.
a bad time to try to sneak up on a bear. It's when he's eating. The bear's eyesight may not be much good, but his sense of smell and hearing are perfect.
Bear's eyesight is fine.
Yeah, that's good.
It's the exact same noise every time. Just like it's like the frickin' pot smashing in Wet Hot American Summer. Which is wider, fettuccine or linguine? Fettuccine is the wider pasta. Great. Question number 9. The famous Cape Reinga Lighthouse lies on the same line of longitude as Christchurch. There you can see the line, which is...
It's beautifully drawn line.
Clearly, great line.
Pretty close, though.
Yeah. And lastly, lymphocyte is a type of white blood cell. And there you have it. Do you guys want to see scores before we go off into the list?
Yeah, let's do it.
All tied game. You guys both had great rounds there to make it 29-29. So we got a tied up game the whole way here so far.
Yeah, I didn't mind that round. Again, it was a little tricky in parts. And the Japanese thing, I just guessed. But yeah, it was a pretty good round. Yeah.
All right. Well, you ready for a list?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun list. You guys will do well.
Okay.
It's a sport list, but it's a fun sport list.
Okay.
It is. Any football teams to have played in a men's FIFA World Cup final, aka soccer, as they were known when they participated in the final. If a country's political status has changed and they have participated under 2 different names, you may list them as 2 separate answers.
We all know who that is. Yeah, this is pretty good. I imagine many will do well in this. How many answers are there potentially?
There's 14.
Okay.
14. I need 10. I need them fast. I'm going to give...
Yeah, this one shouldn't take too long.
I'm going to give 6 minutes. So we'll come back at 8:15. I'll play some songs. But 8:15, we'll crack right back into it. I'll give you the answers and we'll get into the last 2 rounds of the quiz. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Gave it space and it felt like hell. In the glass I can see myself. If I look longer than a few seconds, I think I see the things that you mentioned. Whether or not right or wrong, paint yourself as a hero, and I'm holding my breath underwater screaming. I wonder if you've had the same dream. Fever dreams, I'm alone again, so forgive me if I seem tentative. It's because everything you say sounds nice. Don't know if I could believe in it twice. Taunt me with a paradise. Gather your arms, leave me at the end of mine. And where are you tonight? Where are you tonight? Are you out on the East Coast? Are we both? Where are you tonight? Are you there on your own? No, I really don't. Where are you tonight? Tell me, are you where you think like mine? Or can you ride the waves of your progress? Leave us behind in your wake. I confess I sleep just fine. I prefer the early nights, the night when you hold me. Are you controlling all of my fever dreams? I'm alone again, so forgive me if I seem tentative. It's because everything you say sounds nice. Don't know if I could believe in it twice. Taunt me with a paradise. Gather your ropes, but leave me at the end of mine. And where are you tonight? Where are you tonight? Are you out on the East Coast anymore? Where are you tonight? Are you there on your own? No, I really don't. Where are you tonight? Are you out on the East Coast anymore? Where are you tonight? Are you there on your own? No, I really don't. Where are you tonight? Never in the moment. I got lots of practice being low. Never on the forefront. Running just to catch up with you. I got wheels turning that I should have stopped. I've been running around in circles. Now the room is spinning. I'm getting dizzy. My heart's on pause. Can you reach the remote? Get it going. I got things to care about. My heart's on pause. Can you try make it work? Get me feeling something. Cause I'm not the girl I was before. Not the girl I was before. Winter, but it's golden. I got lots of time now that there's less that I have to spend it. Running around to keep you happy. I got fire burning that I almost stopped. Can't believe I almost said it when you cut me out. Oh, I'm getting cold. My heart's on pause. Can you reach the remote? Get it going. I got things to care about. My heart's on pause. Can you try make it work? Got me feeling something. Cause I'm not the girl I was before. Oh, not the girl I was before. And I'm scared. I've lost the right to feeling it. And I fight for your love when my mind just won't believe it. And I prayed for a change, but I didn't see a difference. So I fight for your love, cause I think you might relieve it. My heart's on pause. Can you reach the remote? Get it going. I got things to care about. My heart's on pause. Can you try make it work? Got me feeling something. Cause I'm not the girl I was before. Not the girl I was before.
All right, hello, welcome back to the Believe It or Not live quiz. We are coming back from the break, and I'm gonna quickly welcome back Jono and Andre. How you guys doing? How'd you find your break? Did you grab a drink? Did you go to the bathroom?
Had a nice reminisce about some World Cup finals, and yeah, it was a nice little list you had to do there, especially the country that had two answers for it.
Yeah, that one, it's really in there just because there's one weird outlier. It's not like
Right. Yeah.
there's not a lot of examples of that. It's just the one.
That
you don't
could
want-
it could be a few that people get confused by as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some have made semifinals definitely, but no finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, like obviously, I put a bunch of my favorites in there. Put the Netherlands in there, who sadly lost all three of theirs. But
Yeah. That was a good. Their 2010 one was one of the most boring World Cup finals I've ever seen.
it wasn't great.
It was really, very, very boring. I remember getting up very early and gathering with a bunch of friends and then being like, what is this? I want to go to sleep. It's so
That
boring.
was bad. The 2014 final was bad as well. I thought the most recent final was very good, but
Yeah.
2010 was a bad soccer match and a pretty good UFC fight, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, for the answers, to get into the actual answers of it, the teams are Argentina, Brazil, Croatia, Czechoslovakia, England, France, Germany, Hungary, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, Uruguay, and West Germany, which is the outlier there.
Oh, there you go. Czechoslovakia
Yeah,
as well
exactly.
counts.
Yeah, actually true,
Yeah.
of course.
so that's an interesting one where that could have been. But obviously, the Czech Republic haven't done anything in the 30 years they've been around.
Yeah, no, there you go.
But still, yep. England making one final, winning one final.
Yep, 1 for 1. That's all you need.
100% rate of victory.
Not bad.
Oh, shout outs. I think she might be behind, but Nikki in the chat, I did send you a quiz over like a week ago. I don't know if you just ignoring me or you don't want to check it. It's cool if you don't. I was just checking to see if you got the email.
She'll reply in like half an hour in the chat, like, "Oh, Andre, yeah, I've got it. Don't worry."
Imagine if you're on like 7 days and one of the hosts just stopped really quickly to be like, oh, by the way, if you're watching so-and-so, just checking, we sent you some questions for next week's show. Just checking that you got those and you're just...
That's the beauty of the show. We can just stop and just talk to people.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't even matter. All right, well, I don't feel like I need to go over the scores. I will anyway. You guys both nailed that round, which makes it 39 for 39. Slamming it, right?
I mean, we both got the first question wrong, and we've been all right since. But yeah, that first question was the one.
All right, well, let's do potluck. Question number 1. Depicted here in ancient Greek mythology, who was the winged male messenger who served all gods?
And I shout out to Joseph Main here, who's watching the show.
Yeah, there you go.
Big into his ancient stuff.
Yeah,
I think even I'm okay with this one.
That's a classic potluck. That's Roman Greek mythology rather.
Yeah, Roman, Greek, Egyptian, all that
all,
stuff.
Mythology tends to wriggle its way into potluck or old stuff.
And the NZ Herald.
Yeah, New Zealand Herald. It's I feel like it's overrepresented in the New Zealand Herald, maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
But that's all right. Question number 2. What is known as Sagarmatha in Nepal and Chomolang Ma in Tibet?
The two nations make it kind, this one. For me.
Oh, Sue Sherman makes a great point. BION fans missing out this week.
Yeah, well that's the thing. I figured as much because the chat was so quiet to start, so no one had said anything.
Yeah.
So I did figure as much.
BION fans usually gets the chat talking ahead of the show usually, but that's all right.
It does.
All right. Question number 3. Who's describing Dollywood here, her own theme park?
Dollywood, located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, deep in the heart of the Smoky Mountains, Dollywood is the grand dream of a simple girl from the hills come to life.
I cannot believe it's been 20. We have a lot of wonderful areas. We have tons of roller coaster rides, water rides, everything for kids, but it really is a theme park. It's got some of it, as many trees as we can get, and we try to keep as much of the scenery as we can without destroying it and just kind of build around nature rather than tearing it down and recreating it. So it's special because it still keeps its flavor of the hills.
Better question I thought it'd be because she's never shown.
Yeah, very briefly, but it's not like you see her talking about it.
That's not to say it's like a difficult question or anything, but it's harder than it could have been, which is good.
Yeah, it's still a pretty easy question.
I would say.
All right, moving on. Question number 4. What does the letter I stand for in the acronym NZSIS?
What a picture that is.
What a bizarre clue.
That's a great movie, though.
It is. Very good movie.
Really brilliant film. Yeah, love it.
Louise D asks if she works there from 9 to 5.
Ah.
That's almost in the same territory as Indie Rich Wolf from earlier, but
Not quite, because you still have to know what that means.
That's
but
true.
yeah.
That's true. All right. Question number 5. Who has won every single tennis Grand Slam final she has appeared in, recently taking out her second US Open title?
Current question.
Yeah, very current.
Mike Morgan, you make it bounce on that question. There was no music, which helped. I think I might be right.
We haven't been bounced yet, and I've played a few clips, so I'm thinking.
Well, the Celine Dion was the closest, but you played such a small amount of it. It was okay.
But we did do it twice, though, so you know.
Yeah, we're pushing our luck, but
dangerous territory. All right, question number 6. This is Oliver Favre's world record dive from 177 feet. Is that 54, 57, or 60 meters? You're laughing at the way I pronounce 57.
Even, yeah.
50,
that was good. But
57.
57. Those clips are always terrifying. It doesn't end.
Yeah.
It just goes.
I never kind of understand. It's like they're like, "Hey man, I'm jumping 54, 57, or 60 meters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a double backflip as well, just for funsies."
It adds a bit of risk, yeah.
Evan Yates, great point. Not really a dive; it's just a jump. I'd agree.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get into semantics. That was a long ass jump.
Yeah, don't disagree. All right, question number 7. What biblical figure lends his name to an organization that has placed copies of the Bible in hotel rooms since 1908? It kind of paints them out like a little band of thieves who go and leave Bibles in hotel rooms.
I've always liked the idea of these guys though. I do find it kind of funny. Like, again, as someone that doesn't have it running through me or anything, I do enjoy this.
I like the idea of them booking out hotel rooms on the sly and then just leaving one in there,
subtly. Yeah,
I'm sure they don't, but that's how I like to.
Their own version of it as well.
Like a little Bible gnomes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, moving on. Question number 8. Jair Bolsonaro is the current president of what country? Just a straight politics question.
Yeah, this question probably would have been harder a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And now, as things have happened in the world,
pretty infamous these days.
He kind of was then as well, but now very much so.
Yeah, pretty infamous nowadays. Evan Yates says rigged election. Hey man, I don't need anyone. We don't need anyone coming after us.
Mike Morgan, the SIS reference. Yeah, we might get bounced on that. That's true.
Question number 9. Whose face will be revealed once we've solved Rubik's Cube? I love a good Rubik's Cube question.
So do I, and I like this one. I like when it's someone just very famous. It's like that's sort of the intent of the Rubik's Cube. It's like it's just a very famous person, a little muddled up. You have to kind of work it out, but yeah.
No, I agree. They can be, sometimes it's like a quite obscure person, and you're sort of like, oh, come on, that doesn't seem very. That's not on.
I didn't need the Rubik's Cube part, exactly. Whereas here, it's like, okay, cool. Like, you couldn't show this person otherwise.
All right. Question number 10, and the last for this round. In Wales, what is a call? A, B, or C?
I'm expecting Imogen and her sister to get this right. Welsh girls.
Matthew Grocott has a great point. In the Rubik's Cube question, the rest of the cube is already solved.
But those are the most annoying cubes. You've got to like go through and now do the whole thing.
Yeah, but you actually no. Yeah, you've got a point. You do when you solve a Rubik's Cube, you do face at a time, right? Like you'll solve 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then all the way till you get to the end. It's hard.
Are you good at Rubik's cubes?
No, terrible.
I had a feeling you might be good at them. I figured you'd have been that guy that was good at them at school.
I always wanted to be good at them, but I always really stubbornly wanted to figure out how to do them myself as opposed to Googling them. How to do it. And
you got to look up ways to do it.
Yeah, you got to look it up. You can't just like figure it out by yourself. I'm not Will Smith in that Blimmin' Pursuit of Happiness film. Anyway, here's the next clue for the ponderous puzzle. I am not a prime number. This many people have walked on the moon. Alcoholics Anonymous has this many steps. In the Bible, Jacob had this many sons, and Jesus this many apostles. France has been in the All Blacks this many times. A dodecagon has this many sides, which we already had. And these two films have this number in the title.
Do we have faces, or was it just a straight up same?
I think we might have had faces before.
Yeah, I think it was different, yeah. There's a lot of nice things here. The two movies are quite generous, obviously, at this point of the quiz.
Yeah. I like how the bottom one really isn't. It's like, it could be, you'd really have to know that franchise to know that it's...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the first one, very generous. All right, I will get some answers from you guys. In fact, I think I probably already have answers. And then I'll mark them up, and we'll see how we go.
350 watching, thank you. 29 people have liked it. 2 have disliked it. We didn't even ask people to like or dislike, so I don't know how 2 people are disliking it, but 29 is pretty good. Good ratio.
Any press is good press, right?
This is true. And we're making good time as well, so we haven't got bounced, which helps.
Yeah, I like it when a quiz just goes and you don't get pinged by YouTube and shut down. That's really nice.
22 out of 25 times.
Yeah, and our viewer count's been going up pretty considerably since not considerably, but like consistently since we started. We started with about 290 and we got up to 350 now. I mean,
before the quiz started, honestly, when there was no one in the chat and there might have been 20 people waiting, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
What's
I don't know who these 60 people are that are joining us halfway through a quiz, but I hope it's treated you well. All right, Potluck, here we go. Depicted here in ancient Greek mythology, Hermes was the winged guy, and I'm assuming we would have had a song by the Hermes House Band.
Which is going to help everyone.
Yeah. What is known as Sagarmatha in Nepal and Chomolungma in Tibet? Mount Everest.
Yeah, again, it's the two given Nepal and Tibet.
Yeah.
Dollywood.
Dollywood is, of course, Dolly Parton.
Great Dolly Parton. She came here a few years ago. I really wish I'd gone, looking back.
Yeah, I can imagine that being quite a good show.
She's great live.
Question number 4, what does the letter I stand for? Intelligence, the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service. Who has won every single tennis Grand Slam final she has appeared in, recently taking out her second US Open title, Naomi Osaka.
Great Naomi Osaka. It was a very good match because Azarenka was all over to start, but no, Osaka's too good on hard courts.
Yeah, she's 3 from 3 now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, 2 US Opens and an Aussie Open as well.
All right, moving on. Question number 6. Oliver Favre's world record dive was from 54 meters. Which, Jono, you got 54. Dre, you did not. You had 57.
Very similar numbers, I gotta say.
You're telling me you don't have a conversion in your head for...
I mean, I certainly don't. So.
Meters.
3 point something.
For feet to meters? That's disappointing, man.
He hasn't been to a pub quiz in a while, like back in the day he might have.
Yeah. What biblical figure lends his name to the organization that stealthily leaves copies of the Bible in hotel rooms they stay in. Gideon.
Yeah, the
which is-
Gideon Bible. Yeah.
It says placed by the Gideons.
That's what I love. I love that it's like a specific kind of Bible. I adore it. I think it's so great.
Dear. Jair Bolsonaro is the current president come dictator of Brazil.
Yeah, indeed. Although, if Brazilians have come in here and they're fans, that's fine. Like, we just need numbers.
Yeah, sure.
And if they're not fans, we're not fans either.
Nah, man, this is where I'm taking a stand. I don't want him.
Good.
No, question number 9. Whose face will be revealed once we've solved Rubik's Cube? David Beckham. There he is.
I do love that it's Rubik's Cube. It's not the Rubik's Cube. It's just we've solved Ernesto Rubik's Cube. Yeah, it was Beck's, like I said, like a very famous person, which is the ideal Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, he's a very, very famous man. Very famous smile as well, which is you get a nice big square of it there. Anyway, and lastly, in Wales, a call is A. It's a soup or a broth recognised as a national dish of Wales.
Always go for the soup on this.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
A random, yeah. I don't know. They always just seem to have like a name.
Yeah, the other ones were like a roast and a pie, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, call
Is that a name?
It can't quite work. Exactly right.
All right. So going into our science and nature round, the scores are now 49 to Jono and 48 to Andre. So anyone's game still, but
It is anyone's game because science and nature.
yeah, science and nature. It's a good one to finish on. Let's crack into it. What point on a magnetic compass is found at 90 degrees?
What were you saying about not being able to write science questions?
Exactly.
It is a hard round to talk about though, science and nature, I feel. Like
Always, which is why it's better in the live quiz to be the last round, I think, because we've built up some momentum. We can kind of talk a little bit. Let's
Yeah.
get very clear right there.
Yeah, I agree with that actually.
Yay, science and nature round. People love science and nature, Polar Bear. They really do. But as I was saying, people at my quiz just joker it every week because they know that I can't write.
I know that it'll
Science and nature
be
rounds.
relatively easy.
And it was. And the one on Tuesday night's quiz, I was like, this one's not too hard. This one is quite hard. This is fine. Nah, ton of 9s, 10s, 8s.
You're going, well, I found it hard, and I wrote it.
I thought it was really hard. Yeah.
All right, which native New Zealand bird is this? I love native bird questions.
Funny if that was the clip we got pinged for. It was like right
I
you're
know,
out.
but man, what a serene clip. I loved that.
It was beautiful. Former bird of the year, surely.
I'd say so.
That was one of my favorite things when you first started at BION, and we instantly did that bird of the year round 1.
That was a great round 1.
That really was.
Maximus wants to know if we have to use the macron for it. I'd encourage you to use the macron. You don't have to, but I would encourage it.
I'm not going to send it with the macron.
That's fair enough. All right. Question number 3. Often used as imitation gold leaf, Dutch metal is a form of brass, being an alloy of copper and what other metal? That's just what is brass made of.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's a nice way to make it more confusing.
And I'm assuming the monkeys, they're like brass monkey. Is that the idea?
Probably overthinking it. I think it's just a good stock image of someone thinking.
But if Brass Monkey, I mean, the Beastie Boys surely would have been played.
Surely.
Eh.
It gotta be the Beastie Boys. All-time greats. I went through a good phase of watching their live performances on Letterman recently. Man,
So good, yeah, so good.
all of them, so great.
The Check It Out one where they go through, because I missed them at the big day out years ago. I think it was 05 or 06. I was in Australia when that happened, and they did the same thing. They like came through and they like videotaped themselves going through
So cool.
backstage. Yeah,
So cool. All right, question number 4. OCD is an acronym for what?
Elizabeth McInvale has lost control of her life. The 20-year-old University of Houston student scrubs her hands sometimes up to 100 times a day.
Clean underneath all my fingernails every time.
You can see how raw and discolored her hands are. Her fear of contamination results in many other exhausting daily rituals that she just can't help.
Ritual after ritual, day after day, and OCD becomes a living nightmare.
Elizabeth can't even make it through part of her day without these neurotic, obsessive actions to avoid germs.
So I have to open the door with my foot.
See how she won't even touch the light switch with her hands? And when she tries to get dressed, many of her clothes are off limits.
All the stuff that's contaminated in here, like the.
Man, I had enough of that video.
that was a very sad clip. I feel so awful for anyone that has that.
Yeah, especially to that degree.
Yeah,
Like
I know a few that have like minor levels. I think we all know a couple, but like,
I knew
not that level.
I knew a guy who used to have to go around his house and lock every single window twice before he could go to sleep. Every window and every door in the house, he would have to go around, lock them, and then go around and do the loop again and lock them all before he could go to sleep. Which is the gnarliest one I know of.
Sounds like annoying. By like year 27 of doing that, you'd be like, man.
Why do I have to do that?
Yeah, I feel you.
I had the mildest version I've ever encountered of this, where the volume on the TV, if it didn't end in a 5 or a 0, it would just kind of annoy me.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I can do even numbers as well, so I can do like 24 and 22, 25, but yeah. I get that one. I get that one a lot. Apparently, so does Evan Yates.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Question number 5. What type of fruit are the varieties Belle de Boscoup, Helena, and Merton Russets? Apples, oranges, or pears?
Thankful for the Merton Russet.
Yeah, only one of maybe 2 of those things could be russets, but really.
Yeah, the Merton Russet's nice.
Adnan Malik says, Hi, how's it going?
What's up, Adnan?
Yeah.
Hey, Adnan.
Thanks for saying hi. Question number 6. Luxating patella, which is more commonly called trick knees, mostly affects small breeds of what domesticated animal? Matthew Grocott says, fruit-type questions are my kryptonite. I feel like, yeah, fruit questions are kind of a weird one. Some people know, like, weirdly way too much about fruit.
Yep.
I don't like it in science and nature as well. It's more of food and drink. But
It very much is covered by nature, though, I believe.
It is.
Like, scientific breeds of a plant, though. They're just kind of like arbitrary culinary stuff. And it's like, gets a bit non-science.
It's a funny one. Like even animals, I'm kind of like, well, we've got all creatures great and small. Like,
again, covered by the blanket of nature. Pretty good.
And I'm very thankful for it when I'm writing it that we have animal stuff to put in there, but it's still. Yeah.
Well,
have we finally changed science and nature to be just called science?
No, it's science and nature.
Oh no, but he's asking if we ever done that. I don't. As in, like, with sport and games, we'll sometimes just do sport. I don't think I've ever seen just science.
No, well, because it used to be science, nature, and the human body, and then it's recently become science and nature.
What we shorten it to, because you could just call it science, and nature and the human body are included within science.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Anyway, question number 7. What vitamin is a fat-soluble substance that helps us to absorb calcium from food and is produced by our skin when it's exposed to the sun? I feel like it's a relatively generous question, that one.
A little bit.
The second half is really all you need.
Yeah. It's one of those where there's so much info provided, but just thank you for the end of it. Yep.
Yeah. All right, question number 8. Pho is a soup consisting of broth, rice noodles, a few herbs, and meat. It is the national dish of what Asian country?
It's good writing that. A few herbs.
Again, much more of a food and drink question.
A little bit. I think for this one maybe the most.
Science in this one. This is like.
Yeah, there's not a lot of science going on here. Food and drink and maybe even geography, but
I think the fruit one was arguable. This one is not even borderline.
It's just a food question.
Yeah, this one straight up shouldn't be here. That's fine. All good.
All right. Question number 9. Also, I've been told it's pronounced fur as opposed to pho.
Yeah, it's like without the R. It's a weird noise for Western speakers. It's like fur.
Fur. Anyway, question number 9. What type of creature is a pollock?
I wouldn't have been able to pronounce that national dish either, Jake. Not at all.
That's okay.
Yeah, that one was tough.
It's a pretty common national dish. Like.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I've seen it around. But...
Yeah, loads of places you can get it just around the place.
Yep.
Man, nothing given away in this clue, eh? Just, hey, here's a vet.
Nothing happening there, no.
Yeah. All right, and the last one for our quiz. This is the last question of the whole thing, other than the tiebreaker. The closest that the Earth gets to the Sun is about what? 150 million kilometers, 400 million kilometers, or 750 million kilometers? And for those of you at home who still are looking for that ponderous puzzle, not sure if you've got it yet or not, here is your last clue. I am douze in French, a dozen of me is a gross. In Greek mythology, Hercules performed this many labors. The Chinese zodiac has this many signs. There are this many basic hues in the color wheel and this many ounces in a troy pound. This many people usually sit on a jury. And I got a little typo there, actually. You should be getting 4 points for this one, not 2 there in the bottom. That's my bad. All right, I'll mark up your guys' scores. We'll go through the answers and we'll see if we got a winner. I'm thinking my hunch is that Jono might take it tonight.
Yeah, easy science, right?
It wasn't bad. I flipped a coin on one, and the rest I liked.
Again, Evan Yates coming in, just do's, not do say. My pronunciation has not been great tonight.
Suggest a ban for Evan Yates, but it wasn't him who said the fur, so. Dare to complain about Jake, you get banned.
Pronunciation snitching, yeah.
Yeah. Although my Malula bar snitch was as bad as anyone's.
I generally appreciate it. Genuinely appreciate it, because some of these words I'm just taking a stab at, and like, if I don't know, then I'd love to know.
Oh, no, it's the most classic like audience quiz host interaction possible, making fun of the host for mispronouncing stuff. It is the bread and butter of the entire pub quiz industry.
Well, I
like to. Glad that Raven Books by Alyssa likes to know as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I love to know if I pronounce something wrong, and I will aim to get it right in future, and then never do.
Wow, Raven Books, is that an ad for her own books, I wonder?
Maybe.
Shout out Raven Books by Alyssa.
I admire the hustle. That's pretty smart.
Look, 12. 12 was the answer.
Yeah, I figured 12 Agrimena come in, and surely you played Purple Pills by D12 otherwise.
I feel like it might have been my band, but...
Oh, okay. As opposed to, Purple Pills, Purple Hills, even.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my band is the biggest D12 song out, right? All right, let's go through some answers.
But to me, it's so clearly Purple Pills. I was just disgusted.
There you go. I'll give a shout out to Raven Books by Alyssa, who says the novel is still in progress, but you can pop over to their channel if you want to know more. Sure.
Tell us what kind of books there are.
Yeah. What point on magnetic compass is found at 90 degrees? East.
Mm.
East.
As Gray said, that's one of those ones that you put in there and it's just, yeah, gimme.
Never eat soggy wheat bix, mate.
That's what
So,
I go with. What, Jono, are you a never eat soggy wheat
100%.
bix?
Yeah, that was the primary school one, and I've stuck with it.
Because, yeah, I'm a never eat soggy wheat bix, but there's loads of them for like all over the world.
Well, I remember getting annoyed though suddenly when it was like, oh, you got to remember NNE and you know NE and all that. I'm just NESW. That's fine by me.
Yeah,
Don't need those middle ones.
that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, question number 2. Which native New Zealand bird is this? It's the kokoko.
We didn't have the Macron.
Ah, terrible.
Oh, and
That's
this week of all weeks as well.
That's bad. I'll tell you what. I'm so bad. I'm even going to fix it right now, really quickly. You won't even notice that I messed up here, or that we've messed up, because look at that. Nobody saw a thing.
It's bold now.
I like the bold.
It's not. It's not bold.
Whoa, look at that.
Very nice. Represent. It's good.
All right. Often used as imitation gold leaf, Dutch metal is a form of brass, being an alloy of copper and zinc. 84% copper, 16% zinc.
Again, a classic example of us trying to make it more difficult than it is.
Yeah.
Elizabeth McIntyre.
OCD is an acronym for obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah, even just a picture like that, I look at it and I'm like, ugh. It's awful. Feels so terrible.
Cheeky Green Parrot said that Macrons are also known as the Toto, which I did not know that. Which is a much better name for it.
I'm just loving that there are so many people in character tonight. Polar Bear, Cheeky Green Parrot, Nick Young photos, Raven books by Alyssa. Just a lot of grift going on tonight.
It's a real character night for the quiz.
everyone came as a character tonight.
Hopefully, Halloween's coming up soonish. Maybe everyone can cosplay who they're dressing up as.
I'm gonna come as Maximus.
All right. All right. Question number 5. What type of fruit are the varieties Belle de Boscoupe, Lena, and Merton Russet? They are apples.
Moosey pipes in.
Moosey is a moose. Good work.
Good stuff.
That's the highlight of the night for me.
That's genuine code.
Luxating patella, which is more commonly called trichines, mostly affects small breeds of dogs.
Oh, that's a sad little picture there as well.
Nah, he looks all right. He's a bit.
Oh, is that not like a cast? I guess it's not. I just saw it as a cast. And I was like, oh.
I assumed it was a cast.
I think it is. I think it is a cast, but the dog doesn't look too sad. He's hanging out.
It always reminds me of Harry McCleary, Rumpus at the Vet. Just a very sad picture book, that one.
That's a great one. I like that.
Oh, it's a great book, but it's just Harry McCleary's like at the vet, and they're all sick and sad.
Yeah, fair point. Question number 7. Vitamin blah 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 exposed to the size vitamin D. You get it from cheese, margarine, butter, fortified milk, healthy cereals, and fatty fish.
And crucially,
it's always obviously pertinent now because it won't go away. But whenever there's like an epidemic in the news, you had it with swine flu and SARS and all that stuff, and obviously now with COVID. But people always remember, like, oh yeah, vitamin D helps your immune system. Go outside; it's good for you. So it's been in the news a lot.
I have not been going outside personally, so I could use some of that.
I've been getting out for a run here and there.
Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah. Question number 8. Pho is a soup consisting of broth, rice noodles, a few herbs, and meat. It is the national dish of Vietnam. And I feel like I nailed the pronunciation that time.
I think you did well. Have you been to Vietnam or Southeast Asia?
I've been to Japan. That's the most.
Yeah. I've never done Southeast Asia.
I've been to Japan and I've been to Indonesia. To Bali.
Yeah.
But no, never made it to Vietnam.
Yeah, I've heard great things.
Yeah. Question number 9. What type of creature is a pollock? It is a fish.
That was a coin flip, that one.
Yeah. And lastly, the closest the Earth gets to the sun is about 150 million kilometers away.
The other two answers would be ludicrous.
Yeah. It would be way too cold and we would die.
750 is like Jupiter, yeah.
Yeah, that's far.
Yeah. All right, and that's our quiz.
It was a fun one, Jake. Enjoyed it.
I had a good time. Did you guys have a good time?
Did.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right. Well, I'll say I'm sorting out the winners, but I know the winners. Jono's going to take it by a 1-point lead, 59-58.
I hope people at home scored well too. I think this one was quite a nice quiz.
Chat seemed to like it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of raves about the earlier rounds.
Last week, from memory, was a little tougher for people at home. But yeah, I thought this was quite a nice quiz and a good list as well. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And shout out to Imogen and the Morgan family at home and all of them.
I thought it was a good one. If at home you've got a tie that you need to break, here's the one to do it. This is the question. It is, what was the combined age of Prince William and Kate Middleton when they married?
It's a really fun tiebreak. I assume Dre and I would have been very close on our answers if we'd needed it.
Yeah, well, Dre can go first because he's tonight's loser.
Sure.
So you get to go with your first guess, and then Jono can go higher or lower to beat you.
55, maybe?
Or Jono, are you going to go higher or are you going to go lower?
As ever, I've got to go higher. That's the trend of this.
Because I think
I'm going to say closer to 60, so I'm going to say 59. Closer to 60.
Oh, it's 57.
Oh, wow, we split it.
Nice.
So
Come up with another one right now.
Smack bang in the middle. You want another one straight away.
No.
Because I knew they were just under 30, but
Yeah.
I didn't know how much.
I figured they were right on 30-ish.
All right, how long is the Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King extended edition?
Good question. The original's long enough.
That's my double tiebreaker, even though Jono definitely won. I want to know how many minutes long is the Lord of the Rings: Return of the King
Dre first?
extended edition. Yeah, Dre, you can go first.
Just doing some quick math. 213?
All right, and Jono?
Again, going to take higher, but I think it is higher. Maybe 220?
It's 252 minutes.
That's so long.
It's so long.
How long is the original cut?
The original's 201 minutes, so that's
Okay,
what?
that makes more sense for Dre's answer, yeah.
Yeah, 3 hours and...
But even to have added 50 minutes is I know the extendeds are long, but man.
Yeah, they added a full 51 minutes. Crazy stuff, eh?
The best one was the Two Towers extended edition. The additions to that one in the extended edition.
Yeah.
Very good. Make it a much better movie. And it was already like a good movie, so...
I've never actually done the extended editions, and I think I should sometime.
Funnily enough, I have. Despite not liking Lord of the Rings, I've seen all 3 extendeds. Fellowship was good extended. I did enjoy that. And Two Towers, I agree with Dre.
All right. Well, thanks for the quiz. Thanks for coming out and competing. Thanks for hanging out in the chat with us for a couple of hours and, weighing in with your favorite cheesy sports movies and your favorite birds and things like that. We always appreciate it. We always appreciate people coming along and hanging out. Any final words from you boys?
Yeah, good scores in the chat. People seem to dig it. Raven had 38, John Lee 45, Nicola with her best ever 42. Pretty high. I enjoy it. That's
Pretty
good.
damn good. I enjoyed the chat tonight. It was great that people came as their favorite characters this week. And yeah, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Really fun.
As per usual, if you want to get in touch with any of us, you can get in touch with all of us on our Facebook page, Believe It or Not Quiz Nights. Just send us a message through there if you got any feedback or if you want to know where you can get to a regular quiz and things like that. Jono is currently off the dating apps, I believe.
Nah, I'm back.
Oh, no. Which one are we on now?
I'm on all of them. Maximus, thanks yet again, guys. Any guests? He's been asking about guests all night. Sean Wallace was the last guest, and that was maybe 5-6 episodes ago. I don't know. Beyond him, who knows who we'd want to have on at this point.
Yeah, we kind of haven't
If
really...
anyone's got ideas and someone willing, cool, but...
And also the ability to get those people, because all the ideas in the world won't help us if,
The Susie Cato, Ashley Bloomfield, Jacinda Ardern stuff, great, but can we get them? I don't know.
Yeah, realistic... people we can get. I don't know. I feel like we could maybe get like a good. We could probably get Dave Dobbin if we really wanted.
Pretty easy, yeah.
I
say that with confidence just because Anthony.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking with any of that is. But I don't know. We'll have a look into it. We'll see about getting guests. We say this every week, but we'll.
And Maximus, you know that we're gonna have Sean again at some point.
Yeah. But
yeah, you're welcome, of course, Maximus. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. So yeah, Jono's back on the dating apps. So look for him there.
Michael Morgan, John Campbell. Yeah, John Campbell would be the best guest ever. There's a lot of concern with him just for the breakfast show the next day, I think. But
yeah. And if you want to get in touch with me at all, Jake Loves You on Instagram is the place. I'll play a couple of songs to see us off, and we'll be back the same time next week. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. So long.
For a few, born to an island, locked in by a body of water, held down by the open sky. Did I know happiness before I was born? Never given the chance to know what I want. I wanna move to California, hang out on the beach and party till the break of dawn. I wanna be well, I wanna be well, I wanna be where you are. And when I'm fading away, because I'm holding on, I wanna be where you are. Try to tell you what's been pulling me down, but every time I speak it just comes out like it was dragging me around. It's not bad.